So it is finally, well, it's almost here. Almost said it is finally here, but we finally have our spring run of shows here. Let's not call it a tour. This is certainly not a tour, but we'll take whatever we can get here. We are getting some shows, all West Coast time zone. That's going to be rough, if you're here over in the East Coast time zone, Eastern Standard Time. It is probably going to be a little bit rough. So a couple of weekday shows thrown in the mix, and we have a wish list here. I'll do some picks tomorrow, maybe what we can expect. Some more of this, some more Page electronic dance music, I think. And maybe do they realize? We'll just start with some speculation, okay? Because we really don't know what they're going to do. These are not official picks. But I feel like Martian Monster and My Pet Cat could be brought back into the rotation. If they're looking for more songs to add along with I Always Wanted It This Way, and most events aren't planned, the songs like that and that sound, that New Year's Eve, whatever that was they did, so if they're looking for more of that, they certainly could go back to the chilling, thrilling songs. Songs that are nearly, while if they haven't completely vanished, they have nearly vanished by the end of 2024, taking us into this year. Already have a few shows under our belt in Mexico, of course. So then, someone else questioned songs that have gone away, but maybe we haven't even noticed or we haven't even missed. And I compared last year I went back to 2016. 2017, there weren't a lot of shows, but it was somewhere around that 16, 17, 18, 19 range. I mean, going forward, really. 2016 was a cutoff, though. We were removed from Fuego and Chilling Thrilling a little bit, and we hadn't quite gotten to two new all-original Halloween shows, two new albums, the Ghost of the Forest stuff. I believe all of that was post-2016. So I compared a little bit, just then off the top of my head, songs that I felt like were heavy in the rotation then, that maybe were a little bit more absent last year. And then right off the top, I wasn't too far off, but certainly not absent last year was Mike's song. Now, we got 4 of them in 2024, but compare that to 9 of them in 2016 in a similar amount of shows as well. So we got dropped 5 Mike songs. Now Susie Greenberg only got 1 Susie Greenberg last year. Now you think that would be a staple, a classic that is always going to be, if not in heavy rotation, would be there. But then looking back on 2016, only played 5 times. Not, I wouldn't say a heavy number like Mike's, which got a 9. And then a song like Julius, they cut it in half. Only 3 of them last year. Plasma was not around at all in 16. That was a bad one that I picked there. But only played Plasma 3 times last year. Now Gumbo. Now Gumbo felt a little absent last year, did it not? We did get 3 Gumbos when it was all said and done. But 2016, only 2. So maybe Gumbo was never that heavy. Rogue, another one. We got 5 of them back then. We just got 3 last year. Undermined, we only got 3 last year, but we only got 4 back then. So really, they're cutting it off a little bit, but not a huge drop. Loving Cup, back then 5. Last year, only 2. Not really a complaint. Only 1 Soul Planet last year. And then going all the way back to 16, they played Martian Monster 9 times. And then a song like Waiting All Night from the Fuego album. A few other than Fuego itself. The occasional Wingsuit. Maybe the occasional now 555. Waiting All Night seems to be, if not permanently gone, it's going to be rare. So there are some things that are certainly dropping off as we have had all of this new stuff in there, from everything from Casbot, Ghost of the Forest, Sci-Fi Soldiers, 2 new albums, Evolve, and Sigma, kind of a new album. There was some old stuff on there, but... And then a host of other new songs that haven't even been on an album yet. So let's move on from speculation. But that's not even really speculations. Those are songs that are just, and I'm sure there's others like Divided Sky, David Bowie, only got 4 of those each last year. YEM, while it's still there, it's not ever always present. Not that we're going to get it every night. It'd be interesting to see. This is going to be a tough one to gauge. There's only 8 shows. So even the most play, I don't even think, will we get something 3 times in 8 shows? Maybe. I doubt it. Probably a lot of 2s, though. Maybe they'll do all 8 shows, no repeats. I doubt it, though. Well, I don't think so. We'll see. We shall see. They got a lot in the arsenal now. They certainly could. So enough with the speculation. Now let's move on to more of a wish list. Now, something that is very likely, at least 1, possibly even 2, but I will certainly welcome those. Are Theme from the Bottom. It had a strong year last year. It's a great song. Let's get more Theme from the Bottom. That's one that's likely that I'm hoping for. And then one that's kind of on the maybe. Like, yeah, you probably could bet on it. I don't know if you'd get a plus number or maybe it'd be like a pick 'em, Fluffhead. So we're getting 8 shows. You figure you're going to get a couple of Hall of Famers each show. They might repeat a Hood or something, that type of Hall of Famer. A Slave to the Traffic Light may get 2 spins. So Fluffhead, it's right there on the line. It's kind of a toss-up. That is one I will certainly be hoping for, though. And then Wilson. Now we're getting more doubtful, Wilson's certainly possible. Got an ankle, got a knee, getting older. I don't know if he's going to get out there on stage and perform, Wilson. So that's more on the doubtful side of things. It's only 8 shows, save him for the summer perhaps. And then the one that is very, very unlikely, we're talking like a 1% chance, is Fee. Fee is one that has pretty much been absent for a lot of time now, but certainly still a fan favorite, I would say. I'm pretty confident in saying that. Didn't know you guys love Tila so much. I love Tila. I mean, it is a great song. I don't know why I was so surprised, but I've never, from just gathering from my own comments and whatnot. Like, I always hear from people. I don't know how many hundreds of comments I've got. People being like, "Oh, I hope they play this song." I don't know if I've ever received a comment where somebody was like, "I hope they play Tila." Maybe a few snuck in there. So when I was listening to that older show and the crowd just completely went nuts for Tila, I was a little caught off guard. Like, didn't know they were down. Fewer chompers back then, I suppose. You're not guilty, are you? All right. So, Tila, what? Not very likely. Not in 8 shows. Although certainly, a lot of the Game Hen stuff really sitting on the bench ever since the New Year's Eve show back when, So, maybe some more Martian Monster this year. We'll see what's going on with songs like Mike's, Divided Sky, David Bowie. Are they going to stay right there at the bottom? If up here's the heaviest of the rotation, Sand, Harry Hood, Chalk Dust Torture, 46 Days. And then as you get down, the bottom of the rotation would be Mike's, David Bowie, Sky, YEM, Antelope somewhere in the middle. Hey, look, Soul Planet is slowly leaving us, all right? So we'll take that. All right, boom. Picks tomorrow, shows coming up tomorrow and onward. And they're going to be late. It is going to be late. But the recaps will be up after the show, and all will be right. Boom. Let's go. Finally, we've been waiting. Been waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally they're going to be back. Luckily, it's not like a sporting event where they could just like pull out with an injury or something. Be like, "Oh, Trey's not going to be there." Sometimes I wish. No, I don't. Never, never.